Okay, so this part of the session is now recording, Leah. So for the purpose of the recording, we are going to conduct a discussion, and it's going to be based on session 10, assertiveness and confidence building. So we're going to talk about how we feel you've developed and improved on the course so far, and areas of what that looks like, including self-confidence, maturity and flexibility as well. We'll also touch upon the session 10 e-learning, so the decision-making textbook that we looked at, and how that aids in making decisions within the business, making informed decisions on the business, and why and how we can do that by staying up to date with regulations and things like that. So are you happy to move forward with that, Leah?
Yes.
You are. Excellent. Okay, so that would be the first question around your self-confidence, Leah. So we actually mentioned and are going to use an example that we brought up and discussed in the last session, which was when I asked you about how you feel you've improved on the journey so far regarding the course, and you were able to give an answer based around self-confidence. So if you could just take us through that again, if possible.
Yes, so I've gained knowledge of how the office runs, how to train staff and work with higher clients and higher management.
Yeah, so that was an improvement that we mentioned before. From a confidence perspective, you also mentioned that you now feel more kind of equipped.
Yes.
To kind of liaise and work with certain clients, certain more senior clients, more senior members of staff, and
yes.
From a presentation perspective as well, you mentioned that you also feel more confident and assertive in presenting to higher management and staff as well.
Yes.
Do you think that's partly due to becoming more knowledgeable about the business?
Yes. So with the knowledge that gained from it, I've structured that into how I present myself to the employees that I train, as well as the managers, to show that I'm a good employee.
Excellent. So that ties in quite nicely with the textbook that we looked at for decision making. So there's different decision making kind of protocols, and there'll be different reasoning why kind of decisions are made within the business. They're always going to be made for the needs of the business, but sometimes they're going to be things are going to be changed, like protocols or processes or policy in line with kind of regulations that are set for you, whether that's government or whether that's kind of industry regulations. And so you always need to kind of keep abreast of those updates, so all of your operations are accurate and fall in line with kind of HR, corporate and legal standpoints.
Yes.
So decisions we now know that there's certain mechanisms like decision making trees, how you can break down decisions to make, and what information and feedback to use to make more informed decisions within the business, and how you can do that. So we've also mentioned how you're able to now, in a respectful and mature way, kind of question areas of the business as to these decisions, as to why these are being made. We've spoken before about how you review kind of policies and processes. Are they fit for purpose? Do they meet our standards? Do we need to change them? Etc. etc. So that's shown real kind of maturity and flexibility within the business, that you're able to kind of put into question, as I say, respectfully, kind of managers and senior figureheads and role models within the organisation, because you've now built that credibility that you're able to demonstrate an understanding and a knowledge of what's going on. So that makes it easier to deliver, I guess, from your perspective.
Yeah.
Okay. And that comes along with your self-confidence as well. So I would say that definitely in sessions, that the information you've given about the business, how much you've learned, that you come across as being more assertive, more definitely more knowledgeable about the business, in different areas like financial, for example. You've spoken about the importance of being accountable in different areas, like for money at the end of the day, putting keys in at the end of the day, and all of these kind of processes as well. So, and these are all things that are going to be monitored in terms of policy, as well as regulations like GDPR and data protection that you have to adhere to as well. So these are all areas that, in terms of improvement, I guess your understanding for knowledge, skills, and behaviours in those areas have increased.
Definitely.
And I think it also helps there that you've taken on more jobs within the business as well. Your kind of your role has expanded as such, and you've taken on different areas. So you've also shown good flexibility as well. Okay. I think that's it, Leah. In terms of what we've discussed, we've shown examples, you've demonstrated understanding, and you've given examples of how and when you do that as well. So for the recording, I'm just gonna pause it there.